Hi,
Hello,
everybody.
everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome my very dear guest, Sherry from Voices from the Swamp. Hi, Sherry.
No tuna? My teeth are good. I inhaled a sandwich before we came on. So,
Yeah,
and this is
thank.
the only mirror I have right now to look and see. Oh, I forgot to mute. I forgot to mute. Um,
That's okay. That's okay. So, welcome, Sherry, and everybody. If you're thinking you're seeing double, you are, because we were on just last night. We were on Sherry's channel last night discussing the Mardi Gras, and I thought that was so informative and really unique type of discussion about the traditions and things that she has. There's so many traditions and rich history where you are from, the Louisiana in
and it's
general,
very
but New
diverse
Orleans.
as well. I mean, most people think it's just one kind of people or one kind of story. It's like, no, depending on where you are in the state, depends on what stories are told for that area. It's a very diverse area. Uh, uh,
It's beautiful.
and
It's
I think
beautiful.
because of the fact that it's a port city, of course, New Orleans is a port city. That's about 2.5 hours away from me. Um, we have swamps. We have, the fishing and shrimping and crabbing and all that is real big. A lot of hunting and all that stuff here. And you've just got different groups of people that over the generations have moved down here and kind of moved into that area and sort of took it over. You've got the native indigenous people who were already here. You've got the Spaniards who were here, the French who were here. You've got those from South and Central America that were here.
But all
Um,
that culture is held. It's held there. It doesn't. It didn't. Didn't disintegrate or water down at all. All of
no,
that rich culture from each of those traditions are all still there, and
very
they're
much
still
so.
really strong. And that's what's really neat about it. If anybody
Yeah,
hasn't seen it, it's on Sherry's channel, and we were
as
on last night.
yep,
And
yep.
Helen Irish Brandy was on, and Dr. Ann was on with us, and it was just so very informative and
And
eye
she's the one to
opening.
thank for doing the show because she's the one that we were chatting on a Zoom a couple of months ago or about a month ago, I guess. And she was like, "I've never been to Mardi Gras." And I was like, "Okay, wait, stop, time out. You've never been to Mardi Gras?" I was like, "Okay, well, we gotta have a party then. Do up Mardi Gras."
Yeah, and Mardi Gras is actually on Tuesday, correct?
Yes, it's on Tuesday. It's Fat Tuesday. It's the day before Ash Wednesday, which is the beginning of Lenten season. So
And
um,
and my
that's
favorite part of that is
where it all stems from.
and Gerald said he's traveling
Hey,
and
Gerald.
listening. Hey, Gerald, thank you very much for stopping by. My favorite part about not the whole, but one of my favorite parts about this show last night was that you and everybody, I think this whole state of Louisiana gets a day off of work, right? It's a state
Oh yeah,
holiday.
yeah. With Tuesday, everything shuts down on Tuesday. Most people are also off on Monday because
Yeah, right.
employers figured it was cheaper to just give them the day off than nobody shows up. Because they started partying Thursday when the
I would
parade
too.
started here. So um, it's I mean, Mardi Gras season begins about mid to late January, and that's when things, some of the smaller um, uh, crews will, that's when a lot of the crews and a lot of the courts will meet, and they pick who their um, kings and queens and pages and all that stuff is going to be, and it's very much wrapped up in the French culture of royalty as well as just kind of a mishmash of a lot of other things. I mean, the parades and everything are the floats and all that are done. Those are all sponsored and created by the different courts. Like you have the King's Court, the Queen's Court, the Children's Court. You have this crew, that crew. And when I say crew, it's Krewe, which is again, it's French for, I guess, a grouping. I didn't think to look that word up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have, one of the largest and most enjoyable courts and crews that we have here in our area is the Apollo court, and that's the LGBTQ court, which is it's open to everybody. They don't discriminate against anyone, but man, they throw the best parties. Let me tell you what.
Well, I
My
think it's
mom
a
used to work with a young man that was on the board, and so every year she would get free tickets to go to the ball.
I see.
And she would
Wow.
bring one of her friends with her, and they would get all dressed up and they would go to the ball. And so
Wow. And it's just a time for celebration. I mean, with the
yeah,
Imbolc coming in and celebrating this first light, with the new moon coming in, with the new Chinese New Year, and with Super Bowl too, and Mardi Gras. I mean, it just seems like it's time to shake off those winter blues, shake off that
yeah.
freezing winter and all of that snow and start celebrating, to
And it
break
rarely
through.
all hits at once. This year is just kind of a fluky year, I guess. I mean, you've got all the planets are lining up and moving and doing this and going here and going there, and and suddenly we've got new full moon, new moon, Mardi Gras, uh, Valentine's Day, Lent begins. It's like all in the same week almost, and so it's been very explosive around here.
But the message is universal. Lighten up
Yes,
and celebrate life,
that's it.
Shake off all of the burdens and the problems. They'll be there when we're done celebrating. Just take time and celebrate. And it's really very important to take these moments outside of your everyday issues and just really forget about everything and enjoy yourself. No matter if you're watching the Super Bowl, no matter if you're having a Valentine party or celebrating Mardi Gras, or
We're doing all
celebrating
of the above together.
the new moon, whatever it is, make sure you do some sort of a celebration
Yeah.
and just let it all go for a while. It'll be there when we're all done.
I mean,
It
it's
definitely.
one thing I can say about the Cajun people, the Creole people, the indigenous people that come from this area. They're all very hardworking, family centered people. Um, they are a lot more connected family wise than a lot of other areas you go to. You're more apt to see generations of family living together down here than you are in other areas.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love
And
that.
so it's
I don't
very,
know that I could do it, but I love that. It's
I didn't think
challenging.
I'd be able to do it either until I did it. And it's like, it's actually kind of nice having my whole immediate family right here with me. So, um, but it's just, it's, it's all of it together. It's like I said, the people down here are very hardworking, family centric people. But when somebody says party, they're the first ones in line to show up. They throw a party. They love to party. That's like number two after going to church is having a party. So, and if they can have a party in church, they'll do that too. So, it's just very, uh, a very celebrational type of atmosphere you get with a lot of the families and the areas down here, and it's and a lot of it I think is because they just you have that mindset of you work hard, you play hard. It goes hand in glove together. And I
Yep,
mean, I
and
had
family isn't only blood. Family is, the
oh,
people in your neighborhood and the people who you communicate with here online. I mean, family is universal. It doesn't always have to be
absolutely.
blood family if you don't have, but one sister who's in another country or something. Family is everyone around you, and
Oh,
this is who you want to.
absolutely. And I know a lot of people think all of the South is very racist and segmented and all that. And there are little pockets of that, of course. It happens. get real. But, I mean, one of the things I like about the city I live in is we're a university town. So we have people from literally around the globe who all live here. We have, Mediterranean restaurants, Asian restaurants, Polynesian restaurants, um, uh, Cajun restaurants, regular food restaurants. Uh, our city, I think, is for the last 10 years or so have ranked in like the top 15
Oh,
of
wow.
cities with the best restaurants to eat. I
Wow.
mean, you can't go down the street without passing 3 restaurants. There's a
Party at
restaurant.
Sherry's house, you guys.
And
That's
every
wonderful. We
that's
love
I
it.
mean, everybody down here loves to eat. That's why we're all fat, because we all like to eat. We all eat stuff that's not real good for us, but we don't care. Again, work hard, play hard. It's kind of goes hand in glove
Yeah.
together here. And
Yes.
most people down here, um, they don't really care where you're from or what color you are. Um, I mean, like I said, you get those little pockets. You have those handfuls that are just going to be that way no matter what. But most people are just, they're like, whatever, you're here, your family, good enough for me. And and
Yeah.
so that
I just
that makes a big difference in just the general atmosphere. I mean, you have the Catholic Church, you have the Protestant churches, you have paganism, you have Wiccan, you have voodoo, you have hoodoo, you have just this broad mixture of all these different types of beliefs that kind of all get mixed together, like one big pot of gumbo. Just a little bit of everything gets thrown in
and
the pot.
you can
You know,
appreciate each other's traditions and enjoy the
yeah,
spectacle and the beauty of it too. Well, I just wanted to welcome everybody for coming here today, and
absolutely.
we're going to be doing some messages. If you would like a message from your loved one, just let us know the name and relation, pets, spirit guides, angels, and we're going to be doing the personal questions and if you have a question about something that goes bump in the night too, we'll take those questions as well. Um, so I see that Rose Blue is here. Hi, Rose. Thanks for
Rose.
coming. And Nancy Riker and Roxanne and Jill and Anne and Garnett. Hi, Garnett. And that Gerald guy is still here. No, I'm kidding. And
Hi, Roxanne. I'm in Louisiana, darling. That's where I'm from.
oh,
I'm
yeah,
from
and we just did
Southwest
a
Louisiana.
beautiful
I was
show
born
last night.
here
Mhm.
and I spent my life growing up on the Gulf Coast from Texas to Florida. Up and down the coast we went. My mother never stayed any one place long. So, but this is home. Yeah, this is where I was. This is where I was born, and I've been here for a long time. So
All
I
right.
saw her in the attack. I thought, where is she from? Uh,
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry if you were just coming in, we didn't tell you what we were talking about there. Okay, sorry, let me just go over. So Anne is here. Hi, Anne. She wants a reading from her spirit guides. Any messages they have for me? Now, did you need any more direction on that, Sherry? Do you want to know
no,
if it's
that should be
okay?
good. I'm gonna go with one of my cards here. A Divine Masters, which is uh all of the masters, guides, angels, whatnot. I really enjoy this deck. Very tends to be pretty spot on. So
Mm-hmm. So, Anne, what I'm hearing right away is they're saying to trust your gut, and they want you to trust them. And the way that you trust them is to trust your gut, that they are guiding you. This is what you feel in your gut instincts, your gut feeling, and they want you to rely on your gut, on your own instincts, so to speak. Um, and they want you to know that this is part of the guidance, that they tap on our shoulders and they nudge us and they give us these like a feeling in our stomach, or you know um, or a thought that pops into our head, this is them guiding you, and they just want you to trust your gut. How about you, Shari? What'd you get? I think I'm going to have to switch you so I can make you bigger when you do your
Oh,
cards.
geez. Just what we want, a bigger Sherry, right? I want to look it up real quick and make sure I have the right
Sure.
memory to go with this. Because I've pulled this card before, but a lot of these are so close together in there's like just little things that kind of makes them a little different. What I pulled for you was Michael and Faith, spiritual calling. It says divine protection, breakthrough moment. Um, it's Archangel Michael is one of the best known and most trusted angels. He's the leader of God's protective legion of angels. And Archangel Faith is his twin flame. And so you have this powerful masculine energy matched with this powerful feminine energy that work together. And they help to create powerful force fields around us that help protect us, help guide us. Um, Basically, what this is saying when this card gets pulled is that the universe needs you. Where you are now is where you are most needed. Consider yourself strategically placed. Um, if you're experiencing any uncertainty or fear, you call in Michael and Faith, and they're the ones that will come and shine a light on what it is you need to focus on, so that you're able to get beyond that and move forward and do what it is that divine spirit is asking you to do. Um, it says your life is destined to be aligned to spirituality and higher purpose, and that this is a challenge. It's actually a moment to help you break through into a greater understanding of who you are and why you're here at this time.
Wow.
And so you just call on them and they will. I got goosebumps reading that.
And the overall message there was your spiritual calling. That's that gut instinct. That's that,
Yeah.
trust. And
Yeah.
that it is true, it is happening, and it is for you. And so trust that. I feel like you are looking for validation of what you are suspecting, and you're just not sure if it's for real, and they just want you to know it's for real.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So next we have Jem. Hi, Jem. Welcome back. Nice to see you.
Hi,
She
Jeff.
said, great show. Any heads up for me for the spring? I have March 30th birthday in the middle of two chaotic eclipses. Oh, good for you, Jem. You're not on either one of the eclipses, but you're right in the middle. I think that's very important. Very significant. You're welcome, Anne. Anne says thanks so much. Thank you both.
You're
You're
welcome, Ann.
welcome. I wouldn't worry about a thing there, Jem. Um, having a March 30th birthday. There's plenty of people in this world that are going to have a birthday on that day.
Oh
And
yeah, I know several people that start having birthdays in that time area.
I think that the fact that it's right in between, in the middle of it, but it's not chaotic. I don't think that the eclipse is chaotic at all. It's chaotic if it's in the wrong house on your astrological chart, but overall, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that it depends on what chart you're looking at and what the other aspects and other planets around it are looking like. But the overall, I think it's exciting. I think it's renewing. I think it's life changing. I think it's marks a place in time, And I feel as though, I mean, obviously there's a change in the air right now with the new moon and the new Chinese New Year, but there's also a change with these eclipse, I feel.
Mhm.
I don't feel that it's a chaotic uh, uh, um, event. I have a different outlook on it. So try and keep that in mind. I'm not asking you to change your mind. I'm just asking you to consider what if.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I pulled from the Enchanted Map Oracle. The card I pulled for you is called Ghostlands. And what it's talking about, it says you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you have to live in the here and now. It's one thing to plan for the future. You kind of know what direction you want to head in. You start making your plans. You start taking your steps to get there. But the future is still uncertain. It hasn't happened yet. So you, that's where living in the now is so important, because that's what helps ground us to who we really are. Um, the the more grounded we become, the clearer our focus becomes on what is in the future. It can help kind of pinpoint that long-term vision of what's coming. But if you're not grounded now and you're scattered all over the place, well, it's really hard to detect what direction you're going in or how you're going to get there. Um, so that's why it's very important. It's important to have your goals, have your dreams. Journaling, journaling is so important. Put it all down. Put down what you want, what you desire, what direction you want to go in. 6 months from now, you can look back and see where all of your steps took you along that path to where you are at that point. You don't see it 6 months back, and you can't go backwards and change any missteps you took. But what you can do is learn from those missteps, ground yourself in the now so that you can focus on your future and head in the right direction. And that's what this card is talking about. Is ground in the now to focus on the future so that you get there in one piece, so to speak, you know.
That's really very important. It's really, and it's something that that we do simultaneously, be here and now, but it's okay to plan for the future, but make sure you're here now and living this moment to the fullest is what I'm getting as well on that card, if you don't mind. I was picking up
Go
more.
for
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for your question, Jem, and all the best to you. Thank you for your question. That was really
it.
interesting.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say thank you to Roxanne Riker. I think that
Oh,
is so sweet of you. That is so
thank
very
you,
nice.
Roxanne.
And it really does make a difference to know that y'all think so highly and feel so generous and want to express your gratefulness to us. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Roxanne. All right, Lark Kemper says, I have a curious question. April 8th is the eclipse and also the comet that will be seen at the same time. There's a comet that's coming in that's going to be visible, and the eclipse that's going to be visible. And what both of them do to me is they make me go like this, looking up in the sky. And I think this is what they're asking us to do is look and pay attention to the universe, to what is going on in a global aspect or in a universal aspect, to open up our minds and to not just be in our own little world and have our own little perception. You want to open up and have a viewpoint of a more universal type of viewpoint, that there's more going on around us than what we are accustomed to. How about you, Sherry?
Well, they were very clear. They said you never see the stars if you don't look up. And the universe has got some really spectacular stuff for us to look up at coming. And like Jean said, we're all going to be doing this, going, oh, wow, check it out. Um, because again, that gives us a sense of hope of everything is in motion, everything is operating the way it's supposed to be operating. Um, we can we know when eclipses are going to happen and full moons and new moons and all of that. And of course, now we've got this comet, so that's going to provide more spectacular sights to see up in the sky. And I really feel like what they're telling me is to take a moment, look up, and enjoy the gifts that the universe has to give us. It's like they're putting on a light show for us. They're doing this big production. They're doing a party. They're loading it up. They got eclipses. They got comets. They got this, that, and the other. They're like, it's party time. So enjoy the party. Look up. Take note. Take pictures. Do videos if you can. Again, journal, write about it. How does it make you feel when you see some of this stuff? With this comet going by, I don't know if it's going to come back around again or if it's just a one and done type of thing. It depends on what kind of a orbit it's on and what it's doing. So, I look up at the sky. I couldn't tell you what constellation is what, but I love to look up and just see what's up there and what's going on. It can make you feel very small because it's so vast and big when you think about it. We're just a little bitty speck hanging in the midst of all of this, and yet everything works. Everything is where it needs to be. Everything orbits and circles the way it needs to go. And that's pretty spectacular when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy the show.
You're picking up on I think we're doing a psychic bounce because as things are coming in, they're coming out of your mouth. Like enjoy the spectacle, enjoy the miracles, and yeah, it's just so beautiful. Well done. Thank you very much, Lark, for that wonderful, beautiful question. I appreciate you. And I have Anna just popped in, and Anna says, any questions from my spirit guides? Thank you, everybody, for being here, for popping in, for saying hello.
Absolutely. I love hanging out with Jean.
Aww.
It's like her abilities kind of kickstart mine because mine are still kind of growing and I'm learning from them, especially with the I'm going blank on the name again. Mediumship. Thank you. That's 2 days in a row. I couldn't think of what to call it.
Well, speaking of that, Joyful Journey is going to be next. So I just wanted to let you know, Joyful. And if you're here, just say hello. And she has a mediumship question for us. But Anna wants to know any questions, any messages from her spirit guides.
All right, let's see what we get.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have questions. I have you guys start, and I'm just I like to choose at random with the way that the flow to get the flow going, and I go with where the my spirit guides steer me. It's all spirit led. But thank you, Evie. I appreciate you. Anna. So I hear them saying, fear not, to let go of the fear of what may come or what may be, and work on focusing on the gratitude and being in the here and now. I think that's going to be a theme today there, Shari. Fear not, and focus your attention on the here and now, and the gratitude that you can find in the here and now. Just like Lark's question, actually make a record of, or make a list of all the miracles that you have and see in your life at this time. Take note of all of your favorite things that you have around you and bring them in close. Take note of all of the beautiful family and memories that you have, and appreciate them and really rejoice in them. I hear them saying, "Fear not, let go of fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real." And it's very important for you to stay in the energy and the frequency of gratitude.
All right. I pull for you, Dwan Cool. DK, as Mark likes to call him, Spirit Whisperer. Uh, Divine mission, enlightened action, make choices from the heart. Um, he was he was a Tibetan Buddhist, Buddhist master. He's said to be one of the original devotees of Buddha, as well as one of the three wise men who brought gifts to Jesus when he was born. Um, so, I mean, right there, you're crossing all kinds of boundaries as far as faiths go, and he's one of the masters now. Um, what the what it's saying is that uh, Dualkul's purpose is to guide humanity to a more enlightened and compassionate existence. Um, Basically, when this card is drawn, you're being guided to know that your current situation is an opportunity to evolve as a spiritual being having a human experience. We're all spiritual beings. We're all psychic. We all have that ability to connect. We just haven't all figured that out yet, or learned how to lift the flap and let it through, as Jean likes to say. Um, I still have trouble controlling my flap. So when it works, it works. And when it don't, it don't. And I'm getting there. I'm getting better at creaking it open a little bit. So, and that takes practice. Um, Meditating, again, journaling. I don't know why my brain is stuck on journaling today, but that's the biggest message I keep getting for everybody is write it down. Sit down and think about what it is you want to experience right now, what it is you want to move towards in the future, and what it is you want to do to help others. And as you write it down, even if it's the same thing every day, with each passage that you write, you define that desire a little bit more and a little bit more, and it'll whittle down a little bit more to where your focus becomes very pinpointed on exactly where it is Spirit wants you to go, um, or Spirit is calling you to go. Um, Basically, it says that when you get this card, you're to think beyond your current needs and try to see the bigger picture. Um, be compassionate in your choices and actions, and be open to seeing other people's point of view. Um, Something that far too many of us don't do in this world anymore is stop and say, well, what do you think about it? And how can I take what you think and what I think and bring them together and work something out? Um, it seems like across the board, politically, culturally, socially, spiritually, everybody wants to get in their corner and come out swinging. And it's like, that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to meet in the middle and embrace each other and our differences and our desires and our goals to help each other gain the next step. If we're going to ascend as all of this newness is happening, we have to learn to work together. This person believes in that. Awesome. You believe in it? Go for it. Doesn't mean I have to believe in it, But it does mean that in order for me to keep moving forward, I have to accept what they believe and then help them if it's needed to attain that goal, and vice versa. In order for them to move forward, they've got to accept what you believe and help you move forward. Um, our part of our mission, it says spiritual guides are encouraging you to look back and see how far you've come from where you were 6 months, 6 years, 16 years ago, and bring it all forward to where you are now, and realize the work that was done, what you had to go through to get to where you are now, and then to turn around and put that focus forward to what you can attain in the future. You just keep at it day after day after day, and ask them for guidance. Get up in the morning with your coffee and say, okay, what do you want me to work on today? Trust me, they will let you know.
So, Sherry, would you hold that Draw Cool card up again? So, Anna,
Sure.
if you can see this, Draw Cool is a very helpful spirit guide, and he is very wise, and he's really down to earth, and he's here to assist humanity on their spiritual journey. And if you hold it up, we can see his name. It's
Oh,
DJWAL. Dwal Cool is how you pronounce it,
yeah.
and
Dwell. Cool.
he is a very very special spirit guide. And if you call on him and go, I would Google his name and find out a little bit more about him, and
There's
ask Dwal Pool to
tons
come in
about him.
close to you. And he's really good at coming in and helping every our humanity, and
Yeah.
he's very very excited and ready to help us. So
And if you look at the card, look at the picture. Behind him, you see the tree of life and all the different branches that are coming out from, almost looks like from his head, the way it's situated there. Because he doesn't judge you on
no,
where you're coming from, what your belief system is. All he cares about is helping you move to the
navigate.
next level,
Mhm.
and to keep
Mhm.
ascending up, and to keep
Yeah.
growing your gifts.
Yeah.
That's his concern. He's one of the, when I first started to channel, he was one of the first ones that came through for me. And that was
Mhm.
after I had a reading with Mark, Spirit Whisperer, who was actually channeling Dwalkul at the time. And in the middle of the reading, he stopped and said, oh, well, he's telling me I don't need to do this. You can talk to him directly.
Mhm.
You can channel him directly. And I'm like, I can
Yep.
do what? And
Mhm.
Mark was like, oh, yeah. He says, he's
Yeah.
telling me you've got
And
direct access. We
if
all
you,
do.
I mean, just look them up and find out more about them. And if it resonates with you, then and you feel as though you'd like to work with them, and if not, that's fine. But I'm just getting
Yeah.
a really strong feeling and a really strong pull with all the beautiful messages coming forward. And I love Dwell Cool, and it may just be something for you to consider there, Anna. How lovely is that? Well, we
Yeah.
have a lot of people here. We're already halfway through, so let's see what we can do to get to our next question. We said that Joyful Journey was going to be next, and she says she would love a message from her mother-in-law, and her mother-in-law's name is Vera. Her mother-in-law's name is Vera. Thank you, Joyful Journey. And then after that, we have Nancy Riker. And so, Nancy, just say hi. Whew. Mother-in-law Vera for Joyful
Busy little
Journey.
beeves today. What, baby? You want me to go ahead and go?
Um, um, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're getting
Uh,
something?
yeah. I pulled the Nine of Fire, and it says on there, don't give up. Uh, protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. And that's what, when I pulled this card, I had to kind of stop and look at it twice, because that's what I was hearing, was believe in yourself. And then when I got this card, sorry, my dog's having a fit down here. Um, when I got the card and I saw what it said, I was like, okay, I was hearing right. So that's the biggest message I'm getting from her, is to believe in yourself. That's all that she keeps saying to me, is just believe
Mm-hmm.
in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Thank you. And so Vera, did Vera have like curly hair? Joyful Journey. I see a woman with curly hair, and she wants me to let you know that you're not her daughter or daughter-in-law. She said, but you're her sister. That you two have a connection that's like sisters. And I got the chills when I heard this, when she said not daughter but sister, because I feel as though you may have been sisters in a different lifetime. I'm not sure if you felt very much akin to her, like I felt like I've known you my whole life or something. I mean, I know that you married her son, but it was a little bit more than that, that you were connected to her. And she's saying not daughter but sister, and it was very cryptic, and it was very, she's only saying like short things and only showing me short things. But yeah, Joyful Journey, I'd love to know if she had curly hair, and if you felt like she may have been a sister to you. But yeah, so it's yeah. I thought she said she was here, right? Didn't I say Joy?
Yeah, I thought
Wait.
she said
Oh,
something.
I'm so sorry, you guys. If she's not here, I should not have. She was here at 3:23. Sorry, you guys.
She
It's
was
really
just here
important,
because,
yeah,
yeah,
especially for mediumship, that you guys are here so we can get that confirmation. Well, all the best to you, Joyful Journey, and thank you very much for your question. And Nancy is next, and then after Nancy is Roxanne. So, Nancy, you could say hello. Oh yeah, Nancy's here, and then
Nancy's here.
Roxanne, if you can say Roxanne, if you can just say hello, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really sorry, you guys. I thought I checked. Maybe that's why it was so short. You know what,
That could,
Sherry? I'm telling you, that's why it was so short. The energy wasn't here. It's really
that's why I
important.
just kept getting the one word. Yeah,
Thanks, Nancy. I see you.
Nancy's here. Yeah.
That's why it was so short. So Nancy, your angels want you to believe that they are there with you. They say that you pray to us and you have angel statues around you all the time, and maybe even an angel photo or two, that you love these angels, and you have like baby angels they're showing me. And angels come in all shapes and forms, they say. There's also angels on earth. And they want you to know that the angels are around you, that you are someone who can do the work of the angels here, that you have helped and been of service to so many others in your lifetime, that they feel as though that you have done work on their behalf, and they're just saying you're one of us, Nancy. How sweet is that? And they're saying that they are around you and that you represent them. You feel it and you represent them with putting things around you, those statues, those pictures. And they're just saying to believe that they are right there with you. They are all around you. Just like all of those little mementos are all around you, they are all around you. Wow. Have you ever gotten those orbs? Have you ever seen orbs in your, you know how you just turn on your cell phone? Who does that? Terry from Holding Your Space. She's doing the orbs now too. You just in the dark, like if you wake up before the sun comes up, you put your cell phone on, or the light, the flash, I guess, and you just record, and you can see the orbs in the
Oh
video
wow, I haven't
after.
tried that. I'm gonna have to try that. I mean,
So
I've seen orbs
Nancy
with
says, yes,
dimensions doing
she does
different
have all the
things, but
she does have all those angels around her, and she goes, that's right. Wow. Sorry,
all
Shari,
right,
go
well, I
ahead.
know that's okay. I pulled for you Sobdet. Um, this is an Egyptian, it's the Egyptian personification of the star Sirius, and she is considered to have unlimited potential and power. Um, part of, I was trying to read up real quick. Of course, Sirius is the brightest star in the sky, and it was very important to the ancient Egyptians. Um, and actually, the energy of this is where the energy of wishing upon a star originated from, was from her. And it says that when this comes forward, it's letting you know that you are a powerful being with unlimited potential, that you're destined to shine brightly in this lifetime, and all the experiences you are having at this time are in alignment with that sacred mission. There's an energy of positivity, abundance, and excitement around you. So this is like a star. They're letting you know that you're lit up like a star. She's reminding you that your essence, your your love, your feelings, your way of being is as bright as the star Sirius. It's a beacon of light people are drawn to. Um, and to continue to shine that light, to show that light. You have unlimited potential in what you can do with this. And this is just a small reminder to let you know that everything that has happened has led you to this point. And now they're letting you know you're the star.
That's
Shine.
beautiful. Perfect. Oh my gosh. That is so right on. Oh my gosh. That is it. That
You're the
is it.
star. Shine.
Remember, you are
Yeah.
this. Remember the star within you. That is perfect, because I'm sitting there looking at the card, and the card has that star above her head. And when you said that, I'm like, it was
Yeah.
so perfect. It was really, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
We are all made up of stars. We are,
And
what is it?
even her hair is like starlight raining down.
I know. Angelic, I don't know, material. I don't know what they call it. Wow.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Thank you, Nancy, very much. You're welcome. She said that's beautiful, Shari. Isn't that beautiful? Oof, oof.
Absolutely.
I felt that one. She says that's a
I know I'm
beautiful
getting
card.
goosebumps all over.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so Roxanne, this is going to be a couple parters, so pay attention here, because she says my daughter is struggling. She's been looking for a job for months. She's in her 50s and feels that it's not helping. Can you read on that? I want to give her hope. And then part two of she just wants to explain a little further. My daughter's looking for a job for months. She is getting so depressed, and she has worked at that one job since she was 14, I believe. Was it at that same job? She feels like her age is holding her back. Do you ladies have a message? And then she says, her daughter's name is Rachel. So she would like a message for her daughter, Rachel, who is searching for a job. And what I do know is if you've been working for one company and one place for very long, I've her identity is very much wrapped up um into that job. So when she lost her job, she felt like she lost who she was. And I
Mhm.
feel as though it is also, if you want to check into her Saturn return or not even check into her Saturn return, but find out what a Saturn return means. And you know how we're going through from the Capricorn into the Aquarius? This is her own destruction and rebirth, rebuilding. She's not too old. She needs to rebuild and work on her new identity. It's a new chapter. It's a turning of times. And it really is. It's so difficult to get out of that identity of who she was working at that job for 14 years. That oh, okay. Oh, she's been working since, okay, yeah. And it's her identity. But when she lost the job, she felt like she lost her identity, which is really very, very difficult. However, it is the quintessential. What is happening to her is happening to all of us in the stars as well, is what I'm saying. And this new moon will make a new change for her. This new moon in Aquarius will make a new change for her. And it's really important for her to reinvent herself, and to there is a time to lick your wounds, and there is a time just to get up, wrap the wounds, and say, I'll take care of the rest later, and to move forward. It's not her age. She has a lot of wisdom. She has a lot of authority, maturity, and experience that people need and want in a position. It's not her age. And you know what? They don't want to hire childbearing year people, women. They really don't. So she has a lot going for her. Tell her to stop telling herself it's the age. And Rachel, if you're listening to this, stop telling yourself it's your age. We can't uh, tell us what the end of the story is before allowing the story to unfold. We don't know it's the age. It has nothing to do with it. It's your own belief. So as soon as you understand that this is something that was meant to happen, and a Saturn return is like a midlife kind of crisis, and it happens for the best, for our highest good, and to believe that it's happening for your highest good. And the reason why your identity was tied up in that other position is so that you have this opportunity to reinvent yourself.
Yep.
Find out what it is that you really enjoy doing, what it is that really makes your heart sing. And don't try and fit yourself into the mold that you used to be, because everything has changed. But know that this new moon, this new Aquarius, this new Pluto in Aquarius, there's a lot of energy supporting changing and birthing something new. And you're not the only one. We're all going through this career, or this what is going to make us happy phase in our lives. Um, it's really and please don't ever think about your age again. It has nothing to do with that. I used to hire people, and it was very much um it was important to get somebody with experience, with maturity, somebody who can be reliable, somebody who doesn't have six snotty kids saying, "Oh, I have to go get my kid at the daycare." They're not going to want to, you're going to be past that. They're going to want somebody who's reliable, who can, take charge, and that they can give responsibility to. She has all this. She just has to believe this.
Mhm.
So hopefully that is helpful to you. What do you have there, Sherry?
Well, personally, I went through that at the age of 50 myself, or 51 actually, because I had to leave Arizona and a very good job and come back to Louisiana to take care of my mom. And I went almost 11 months before I found a job. And it was hard. I had never in my life not just gone straight into a job and started working. And for a long time, I believed the same thing. They don't want to hire me because I'm too old, you know. And as I started reflecting and going back through things, I realized it wasn't so much them not wanting to hire me for my age, but it was the fact that I was projecting to them that I'm too old to do this job. And they will pick up on that in very minute ways, from the tone of voice to the way you answer a question. And so you have to put that thought out of your mind. Get rid of it. Because a lot of companies are happy to get in older people because, as Jean was saying, they've got the experience, they've got the knowledge. They don't have small children that they got to drop what they're doing and run home every every other day to deal with. So there's a lot more freedom for them to be more involved in the company. Um, it's just a matter of her finding the right fit for her. And right now, she just hasn't found, she was somewhere where she was there for a long time and felt very comfortable. She was the go to person, probably the one that everybody went to when they had a question, when they had a problem. Go ask so and so, they'll know the answer. And then you try to go into a new place, and suddenly you're not the go to girl. You're the one that's asking the questions, and that can be difficult too. Um, that can be a really difficult position to find yourself in. Um, so when I pulled a card, I pulled for you intention, and it's this small bird on this giant egg. You know, um, it says deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. So again, she has to clearly state in her mind what is it she wants. What are the next steps? What kind of job does she want? Is she applying for everything and 90% of them are jobs she would do anyway? Or is she applying just for those jobs that that's her focus on what she wants to do? Um, it says here in the book, it says inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. I like that thought. They're magic arrows shot into the sky. Um, it's it's a way of showing you that you've hit your mark because they're going to come down exactly where you need to be. So when you're shooting that arrow into the sky, from what I remember from what few lessons I took in arrow shooting, I forget what they call it. Um, you don't focus on the arrow, you focus on where you want it to go,
Wow.
and then you shoot. Because
Wow.
if you focus on the arrow, it's going to go wherever you're looking at. But if
Wow.
you focus on that bullseye and you don't look at the arrow, you just focus on the bullseye and you shoot that arrow off. That's where it's going to go. Is where you intended it to go. It,
Brilliant.
it's whether if it's a bow and arrow, whether if it's a gun on a gun range, anybody you talk to who does anything like that where they shoot, whether if it's ammunition or arrows or whatever, that's one of the things they will tell you is you focus on the target, not on what you're shooting. Um, it says you connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field, and then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Own the life you want to lead. So, and that's one of the hardest steps uh with God, my words have been escaping me all week.
Hmm.
Um, when you intend for something, the
Hmm.
law of attraction.
Oh,
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. The hardest part of doing the law of attraction is to believe it in the now, even though it's not here yet. You have to open yourself up and believe it now, like it's already there. It's already happened, and
manifest. Hmm.
that's when things will manifest. That's right.
Hmm.
And
Thanks, Rose Blue. She's got our back. She's
archery.
when
Thank you.
we're receiving messages from spirit, we don't always have our whole vocabulary, and it's really hard to try and use both ends. So,
Yeah,
Roxanne,
exactly.
when I asked, I heard that she would be in a job and happily in a job by the second half of March, but I'm not sure. She may have to interview for it. She may have to find it. She may, like, all these things may occur before the second half of March, but I see her in her job and happy by the second half of March.
for the second half of March. Rachel get hired for the second half of March. Oh, I'm getting a big yes on that. I just
Because
asked the same question Jean asked. Will Rachel get hired by the second half of March? And it's going like crazy.
because I said before March 1st, before April 1st, and then I said before March 15th, and it said no, and then I said after March 15th, and it said yes. So before April 1st, after March 15th, in there is where I see it. So you have to let us know. And Rachel,
Absolutely.
if you're listening to this, go get him, girl. Go show him
I'm
what you're
telling
about.
you. That's it. That's it.
I know. It's funny. Sometimes these things they really resonate with me. So, and I didn't call out for the next person, but Dawn V, if you're still here, say hello. And who else did I have? Colorful Foresight, if you're still here.
That's Sylvia. Okay.
Oh, Sylvia. Okay. Please say hello. Dawn V or Sylvia. Colorful Foresight. And I know we're just at an hour, and I know there's so many other people on right now. I think Sterling is on, and Linda G is on, and everybody is
Yep.
on. We appreciate everybody for being here. And I know it's Super Bowl,
Sylvia's
everybody's
here.
busy. Okay, good. Okay, so let's take her question. All right. And John V, if you're here, say hello. And if not, Pat Spicer, you'll be next after Sylvia here. And if Dawn V comes in, but she says, what's important for me to learn about my spiritual guides? And thank you. I'm going by the title. Yeah. I think it's important for us to get messages and learn insights from our spiritual guides. Oh, she said, I chose you ladies to listen to. I can listen to the others later. That is so sweet.
Well, thank you, Sylvia. We'll be
That is
doing a show together next month. Is it, Sylvia? I think. I don't remember. I'll be on her channel. It's written
very
in my book.
nice. Very
So I'll
nice.
have to
Thank you
remember.
very much. That was very nice to you. And then John B is here, so I'll do John
Oh, okay.
next. Okay. So they're telling me, Dawn, and I mean Dawn, it's Sylvia, right? Sylvia. I was saying Dawn. Um, um, Sylvia, that they're telling me to trust your visions, and I know you have foresight in your name, but they're telling me to trust your visions. That you've been given the gift of vision, and you've been given the gift of, clairvoyance. And they're saying that trust this, and you can use this. You can fine tune this. You can work on that muscle and really have it work for you. And they're saying that you might be a little bit fearful of this, like you don't want to know what you don't want to know. And what's important, like, you don't want to see the horribleness of anything, or a plane crash or something. That's terrible. You don't want to see that. So you may have had those types of dreams, or that type of like a knowing that you didn't feel good about, or that worried you. So you can just say, for the my highest and best good, please show me the information that is most important for me to learn today, and that is most beneficial, that I can be of service to others around me. What information can you show me, this and only this, in my dreams, in my sight, and in my visions? And you can sort of not order, but sort of request this type of information to come through, and only this type of information. Because sometimes with sight, it can be both sides. Um, like, you see things that are meant to be behind closed doors, and it's not pretty. Like, if you're in an elevator with somebody, and you're going to work, and the woman had some sort of a uh, domestic thing the night before and you can feel it or you can see it. It's not really. So you want to say only the information that is for my highest and best good, that I could be of service to others. Yeah. Okay. So how about you, Sherry?
Okay, I pulled
Babaji.
Mahavatar Babaji.
Babaji.
Babaji,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual awakening. Um, he's said to be over 2,000 years old and is the keeper of the Christ light in India.
Wow.
He's deeply devoted, like Jesus is, to the service of others. I mean, what a face! I love the picture, the depiction there. Um, it says that you're going through a powerful series of awakenings at this time and beginning to understand the interconnectedness of all things. That's just what Jean was just talking about. Um, and even though you've had to surmount great difficulties, all roads are leading to a deeper state of connection with yourself, because you have to reach inside and connect within yourself in order to connect with spirit, because it all works together. Um, Stay open to listening and learning. Um, the universe is trying to help you understand all the pieces of your life's puzzle. So it's starting to bring in bits and pieces, dribs and drabs of everything that that you're learning. And as your gifts expand, more information is coming in. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. There have been a few times in the last several months that I've had to literally ask spirit, okay, wait, give me a week and let me absorb this thing you just threw at me before you throw the next thing, because it's too much at once. So sometimes you have to ask them to not stop, but slow down. Let me absorb what you just gave me so I know how to incorporate it, so that then I can go forward and accept the next thing and use that to continue to build. Because it says here that the universe is trying to help you understand all the pieces of your life's puzzle so that you will never be able to see the world the same way again, and that this is for the highest good.
Mm.
For you to see what the potential is, not just for yourself, but for everyone. You, anytime you hop on a live with somebody or you're doing a show yourself, you ask really good questions for people to think about how to answer, especially for other readers. You will pose questions to us. Well, how do you feel about yada, yada, yada? And makes everybody kind of stop and sit back a second and think about it. Because it's real easy to just give a quick answer, something you've always said. It's another thing to really think about what you're being asked and then answering what you're being given. And sometimes it's the same exact thing. You're not being told anything different, but it's like a brake check. Are you paying attention? Are you listening to what I'm telling you? This is telling you that as long as you continue your devotion to others, your devotion to spirit, your devotion to helping others, um, your ability to ask the kind of questions that make other people step back and think about it. That's that's what's that's a very powerful gift to be given. It says on here, spiritual awakening.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in the we're all in that process of awakening.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in the process of ascending, and we're going to all do it at our own pace, at our own level. And you have control. I believe you have control. We have control over how fast or how slow we move up that ladder. Um, we can ask them to slow down or to give me a minute it's like opening the flap. Sometimes when I get it open, it's like a marching band coming through.
I know, right?
It's overwhelming, and I can't. It's so overwhelming that I can't hear what's the message because
Mm,
everything's bombarding me at once. So then you have to ask, okay, wait, back up. One at a time. Talk to me
mhm,
and let them know that it's too much too fast. I
mhm,
think you're at that stage where you're just growing and you're eager and you're excited and you're asking questions. And I've been watching you do this for the past year, ever since you started reading. Um, and it's exciting to see somebody else on that
mhm.
growth
I
mountain
know.
as you move up.
And also look up Baba G and read about him. I love that deck. It's so very inspiring. These ascended masters are here to assist us, help us, and be our own personal guides. If it resonates with you, the story and what he's all about, what his teachings are, it's no accident that Sherry is pulling these specific ascended masters and guides for each person here. I think it's really important to look up Babaji, and he's very well known and very well respected and
Exactly.
has a lot of.
That's why I love this deck. It's from Kyle Gray. It's called the Divine Masters Oracle. I got it through Hay House, but you could also get it on Amazon and Etsy, I'm sure. Um,
Mhm,
and it's a
mhm.
really, I really love this deck a lot.
Yeah, it's really great. Thank you very much, Sherry. I appreciate that so very much. I just want to pop in that Joyful Journey said she was here, she could hear it, but she couldn't type. And she's saying we that her and her grandmother, no, her mother-in-law, that they were very close. Even when her and her husband broke up, that her mother-in-law and her stayed close. And she said she had beautifully curly gray hair. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Very nice. Thank you very much for validating that, Joyful.
Yeah.
And I know Joyful Journey's always here. I'm like, she's not here. I think she went over to watch Allie for a minute. No, I'm kidding. It's okay. It's okay if you
Had
guys
to run to the
do.
little girl's room.
I know. It's hard when you see somebody else on, you're like, can I go back and forth? And Dawn did say she was here. She says, I'm here. I think so. I'm pretty sure she said, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, Dawn said. All right, she said. And then after Dawn, let me give you guys a head up. Pat Spicer, if you're still here, say hello. Now, Sherry, it's after the hour mark. Are you okay for one or two more?
I'm good for about 15 more minutes.
Okay.
And then I have to go at that point because I have to go across town
Yep.
and be back in time for my son to get to work.
Okay.
We're
Yep.
down
And
to
if
one vehicle right now, so
yeah, this
we
might
have to
be
play round
our
robin
last.
with it.
This might be our last one, Dawn V. So Dawn says, what would my guides like me to know? Very nice. If you're ready, you can go. I'm still working on it.
Well, look what popped back out, Babaji.
Oh,
So
that's
you're getting the same message that Sylvia just got, a spiritual awakening. Um, know that they're there helping you mark that spot and move forward and just keep keep on keeping on. I mean, that's that's what was it? There was something it said in here, and I'm already gone blank on it. Um, it's just telling you that even though you may be dealing with a lot of difficulties at the moment, that this card is letting you know that all roads are leading to a deeper state of connection with yourself and with spirit. So you have to, the universe is trying to help you understand all the pieces of your life's puzzle, how everything fits together.
She often pulls that card from that deck. Can you believe it?
There
That is
you go.
no coincidence, Dawn. And it's very rare for us to pull the same card after shuffling,
Yeah,
and it came out twice. So I would definitely research a little bit more about Babaji and what his teachings or what his lessons are, and follow that. And I definitely felt like he wanted to let you know that you are on your spiritual journey, that these difficulties are part of getting you to where you need to be, that that it's it will all pay off. In other words, there will
yeah,
come a reprieve. There will come a point where you'll say this was all worth it, because I worked so hard and I gave up so much and I sacrificed so much, and it'll all come to fruition for you. And they want you to believe in that spiritual path there, Dawn. And I do feel you're highly, highly spiritual. You're highly connected, and you have the mojo, if you know what I mean, Dawn. Like, you should be on here with us. You're very well connected. They're telling me
absolutely.
you're definitely one of us. So I mean, everybody's
Absolutely.
one of us, but so you need to, if you haven't had any training, take a class and work on some practice groups, and work on those skills, Dawn. But good for you. Oh, good for you. Well, thank you very much, Dawn, for being here and for asking your question. And I'm just curious, Dawn, how did you hear about us? Not sure. How did you hear about us? Just let us know in the chat. I'd be curious to find
Hi,
out.
Jeffrey.
And Pat is next,
Oh, from
and she,
Hammond. Okay. That's not too
yeah,
far.
you know where that is?
Hmm. That's just down the road a ways.
Is there a spirit guide message? What spirit guide message has for me? For Pat. Aw. They're saying you have a very sensitive heart, Pat. You're very sensitive heart, and to take good care. You're a little bit quiet, they're telling me, and like, you don't push in front of the line. If somebody is in a hurry, you're like, no, go ahead. You can go ahead. Like, you're soft and quiet and sensitive, and you don't really like loud voices. You don't really like loud music, or I feel as though you're just very gentle and you have a very sensitive heart. And I think that you like animals and that you really relate to animals. And listen to this. I feel like this is your vibration of your soul, that it's very sensitive. And it's sensitive is a beautiful thing, because you can feel, sense, and know things, but sensitive can also be difficult sometimes, because you can feel, sense, and know things. Right? I just said those same words the same way, because sometimes it's a blessing and sometimes it's a little too much. So they're saying work on balancing, work on practicing your balance, and your what are those, not boundaries. Work on your boundaries and practice. Know that you're a sensitive being, and work on your boundaries. And what boundaries are? They're not really things to keep other people out. They're things like promises to yourself, that this is what I'll accept and this is what I won't accept. And if this happens, I'll have to remove myself from the situation, because it's not good for my energy. They want you to
Yeah.
take good care of your very sensitive energy there, John. But you have such beautiful, kind, and loving energy about you. But thank you for coming. Oh my gosh, really, really nice, Dawn. I mean, Dawn, Pat. If I said Dawn, it was just because I had that on on my tongue, but it was Pat. Yeah. How about you, Sherry?
I pull for you, Mayette is how it's pronounced. Divine intervention. Choose the highest good. Um, she is an ancient Egyptian deity associated with truth, harmony, and balance. She's part goddess and part ethereal being. And she's one of the most ancient forms of the goddess of justice.
Mm.
So you've got one of the heavy swingers here. Um, she is what we would now term an angel. That's where she is in her ascension of being an enlightened being. That she is now considered an angel, um, and watches over us from above. That's part of her gift is to watch over everyone. Um, she's got a golden energy and can be called upon for support in making an important decision or balancing the various aspects of our life. She will help us make decisions that align with our values. Um, Basically, what it's saying here, the universe is basically telling you to wait, take a little bit of time, reflect on how you're feeling, what it is that you want to move towards, what is your goal, what is it you want to get done. Um, if um, if you slow it down a little bit and take your time, then you don't make rash decisions that can be bad decisions. Sometimes taking that step back and saying, "Hold up, let me think about that for a minute," is probably one of the best things we can do, because then that gives us a chance to plug in and find out exactly what spirit's trying to tell us. Um, it says that it's important to call in more light and harmony when you're trying to make some of these really tough decisions, and that this is who you call on. This is the angel, this is the goddess that you ask to help you make those decisions. Um, Especially if there's a particular outcome that you want it to be, then you would talk to her and say, okay, point me in the right direction, show me the right steps to take so that I can accomplish my goal of what I want to get done. Um, very powerful, very powerful being here.
And I feel as though it's important to also say for the highest good of all, because she's
Yeah,
with that justice.
yeah,
It needs to be equal and
yeah.
balanced with for the highest good of all, with all of your requests and uh, intentions there. But Pat, you do have a very sensitive and beautiful spirit. Thank you very much for your question. Thank
Enjoy
you.
your Mardi Gras.
Yeah, she'll be down there doing the Mardi Gras. So I just want to thank Shari for coming and spending time with us. She's a very busy woman and a very special woman. We all love her. She's
Oh,
a
thank
very
you.
special part of our community. And if you ever want to hang out with somebody who knows how to party, go to Shari's house.
I'm
That's
your
for
girl.
sure. She's always putting on parties, and she's going to teach me how to do it for
I
sure.
love a good party. It's
And
in the blood. What can I say? It's genetic.
you just have like a really easygoing, laid back kind of like no non-judgmental. It's really like it's so easygoing. Your
You
energy
know,
is really welcoming, very
I
welcoming, and
attribute a
I
lot
love
of that
that.
to my mom. Um, my mom was a lot like that. She didn't judge people. She accepted everybody as they were. Her philosophy was we all put our pants on one leg at a time.
I say
You're
that
no
too.
better than anybody else, and they're no better than you. Um, she was an advocate defender for civil rights, equal rights, women's rights, gay rights.
Okay.
She did not, one of the few things that she would not abide was stupidity, especially when it's caused by ignorance because you
No.
choose not to know the facts,
Hmm.
and cruelty. She just wherever we lived, within a week she would know everybody in the neighborhood. She would know who all their kids were, who was the single mom in the apartment building that might need help.
Oh.
because she's working and raising kids on herself because she was there. She was a
Mhm.
single mom with 2 kids raising us by
Mhm.
herself. So she
Mhm.
knew what that was like. And and as she got a little older, she kind of became everybody's mama, you know. That's
Mhm.
just the way she was. And
What's her first name?
Sharon.
Okay. And you're Sherry. Is it Sharon? You're not Sharon for short, are
I'm
you?
Sherry. No, I'm Sherry. I'm named after
Okay.
Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop
Oh, of course you are. Oh my
because she loved the way
gosh.
it was spelled and she just thought it was unique. And I hated it growing up because uh, named jewelry was very popular when I was
Oh
a
yeah.
teenager and a preteen, and you couldn't find Shari anywhere. Nobody spelled Sherry that way, you know. And of course, I get all different pronunciations. People don't know how to say it. I'm just like, just think Sherry like Mary. It's pronounced the same way. It's just a couple of letters different. And um, uh,
Wow.
I answer to hey you, just whatever. Um, you in the
Well, I
blue, slow down. Um,
well, I thank you very much for coming, and it's always such a joy to have you here. And I love reading together with you. It's very
Absolutely.
inspiring, and like I said, just your welcoming nature is just really very
Oh,
beautiful. And
thank you.
I'm honored
I
to be
love
able to work
spending time
together
with
with
you.
you.
So I
Yeah.
love spending time with you. And
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for all of your questions. We're sorry we couldn't get to all of them. Thank you very much for holding space for those people who did have their questions answered and for being so supportive. You hear other people saying, you can do it, you can do it. They're all just like being supportive to others in the chat. I just absolutely love it. And welcome to our new member, Dawn. And she said
absolutely.
the channel was suggested to me on YouTube. So thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, thank
And
you,
thank you,
YouTube.
Dawn. Yeah, I'm glad you were
And I'll
here.
probably do a pop-up later tonight since I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
There you go. It's
I
party
get to stay
weekend,
up
you
late.
guys.
So
Happy
um,
happy Super Bowl, happy new moon, happy Mardi Gras, right?
happy Valentine's Day. So,
I will be back tomorrow with Gerald and Wisdom Seeker Joan at 2 p.m. and that's on my channel. We'll probably be simulcasting. And then tomorrow afternoon we'll be on with Wisdom Seeker Joan and we'll be doing Magic Monday. So
yeah,
please do, if you haven't come over and subscribed to Sun Psychic Jean, please do. And
and
we have a lot coming up. It's a very popular weekend. It's a party
I've
weekend, I
got
think.
Lori, the Way of Positive Change, is going to be on my channel tomorrow at
Wow.
11
Wow.
Central, 11 a.m. Central.
Tell her I said
And
hi.
then so I finally got the nerve up to ask her to come be a guest, and she graciously said yes. And so I was just over the moon happy when that happened.
That was
And
sweet. Mhm.
and then at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, I'll be on Terry's channel, Terry Lee.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I can't think of the name.
Pure visionary,
It's
psychic
Pure
medium.
Visionary. That I kept seeing the angel wings on the thing, and I couldn't pull up the name. And then tomorrow night is episode 3 of Draining the Swamp, the new political show I have. And that's with Mel Dore and Arthur from Ease Your Mind. They're my
Wow.
co-hosts, so
Wow. Please do go
we
over
hang
and
out together.
subscribe to Sherry from Voices of this from the Swamp. And thank you again. Oh, you're welcome. Pat says, thank you for the message very much. I'm working on a painting with myself visiting with my dogs who have passed.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
yep. I knew you were a pet, an animal lover. And she said, happy Mardi Gras, Cha. I love
Sha.
that.
Yeah,
Is
it's pronounced Misha or Shabe.
oh,
It's
Sha.
CH, but it's pronounced SH.
Okay, Sha. Mardi Gras, Sha.
Yep.
Happy Mardi Gras, Sha. So
Yep.
cute. We'll learn the lingo yet, you guys. Well, thank you again, everybody, and have a wonderful Sunday. See you
Bye,
again
y'all.
soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Don't drink too much.